For 15 years, people have asked me to write a course or to record a course on being a professional speaker. And I have absolutely said no. And I have a major pet peeve in this industry on the guys and gals who sell how to be a professional speaker, but they don't actually do it for a living. I have made my living on stage. I have made millions of dollars from stage. And the only reason I'm recording this now is I'm going to continue to sell my normal product, but I want to capture it because I believe it needs to be taught. There are 3 major parts to every speech, and if you don't do them in the right order, you lose. And so you spend all this time traveling in hotels and you've got your passionate product you want to bring to the masses, but if you don't follow these 3 steps, you're toast. You've got to have your grabber, you got to have that one thing that in 9 words out of your mouth shocks them and brings them in. Then you have to have what I call SPS, Story Point Solution. And it's an algorithm, story point solution. You go again and again, you stack that speech so it's so engaging, they're not falling asleep. They're not texting their friends how bored they are listening to you speak. They're just on edge with what you're gonna say next. And the last is what's called a stackable close. It has taken me 15 years to master that. I challenge it every time. I keep track of all my numbers. I'm never satisfied, and I find little tweaks that will increase 7%, 10%. But when you're selling millions of dollars of products, that's a huge amount of money. When you think about Drive for Communications, this is not just a public speaking course, but the skill set, the mindset, and the tool set that it takes to be on stage and to entertain thousands are the same you want to use to entertain one. So if you're meeting one-on-one with someone, if you're pitching your idea, you have to follow the same algorithm. Whether you're going to influence an audience or influence one, it's still an audience. So this course will teach you on social media, how to do it one-on-one, how to do it one-on-many. If you've ever walked out of a business meeting, or you've been with someone and you thought, oh, I shouldn't have said that, or oh, I really wish I would have brought that one point that really could have affected my sales, that's what this course is about. Drive for Communication. I look forward to having you in the class. In this course, Drive for Development, we really go into the 3 key steps of personal development. You have mindset, skill set, and tool set. The mindset is, what are those limiting beliefs that are holding you back? It's how you perceive the world, how you view things. The skill set is, do you have the necessary skills for the job? And a lot of us have skills that we really don't realize are there, so I show you where they're hiding. I'll reveal those for you. And the next one is a tool set. What tools do I actually have access to that will get me to the end goal that I want to have? I think it's fair to say we don't know what we don't know. We all need that co-pilot, say, oh, turn left here, or you're 2 degrees off there. What this course really does is helps you look at your gauges. What areas of your life are you weak in? What areas of your life are you strong in? And how do we success stack that? How do we help you be more successful in those areas? We also have skills that really aren't serving us the way that we should, so we address those. And then we show you a couple key skills you have to find that audience to sell that product. And in the tool set, we go into the 6 principles of persuasion on how do you communicate to people on a higher level so you really create win-win opportunities. Throughout my career, I've been very blessed to interview and coach some very unique people, from top CEOs, from people who run billion-dollar corporations to gold medal winners. The one thing I've learned over and over again, and it comes to what my first client ever said to me. She said, Woody, I discovered something through your coaching. As soon as I go within, I'll never go without. And that hit me. I'm like, that's it. That's exactly what I teach. How you go within, meaning internal validation, so that you never go without ever again. That's where you get that ultimate source of energy to get up, to go fight one more time, to beat unbeatable odds, to tear down the walls that say no, and to create the life that you want to have. People always ask me, Woody, how do I go internal? Is there a formula to doing that? Yes, there is. First, you got to identify your drive. What drives you? And that's what this course is all about. Then you have to do what's called a secret sauce. Reassess, realign, re-engage. Meaning identify what's holding you back, learn how to validate it internally for you, by you, and then re-engaging in your environment, your situation, so that you can beat those unbeatable odds and break those walls that hold you back. You're sitting there right now, confused, tired, and exhausted. Can you do it? If you feel that self-doubt, let me tell you something personally from someone who's gone to hell and back and have the tattoo to prove it. There is no amount of pain that you've experienced that you can't overcome. There is no amount of challenge that you're currently going through that you cannot triumph from. I want to see you in this next class, and I want to see you succeed, and we're going to celebrate together. I look forward to having you in class. What you're going to learn in the Drive class is how to potentially increase your sales by 400%. Now I know that's a tall order, but there's 5 personality types. You are one of those. So what's happening is when you're selling, you're alienating the other 4. And so when you learn to speak those languages, that's a 400% potential increase of being able to close deals. So it's about a mindset, skill set, tool set, scenario. You gotta learn why you do what you do so you can change those behaviors that aren't getting you the results that you want. So often people wanna fix the negative. Screw the negative. Let's just take what you're good at and accentuate it. Let's make it better, expand on it. The easiest way to learn about DRIVE is you understand the 5 personalities. You have, it's just the acronym of DRIVE, it's D.R.I.V.E. There are directors, relators, intellectuals, validators, and executives. The way I help you learn it quickly is I compare it to Shark Tank. And I go through Shark Tank, and most entrepreneurs, especially those who are watching this, have watched Shark Tank. They know those personalities. And I help you identify through third-party testimonials each personality, how they buy, how they sell, how they live, who they've married, the houses they live in. As soon as you see that, you're like, oh, I'm like so-and-so. Oh, I'm like this one. I'm gonna teach you the 3 questions that you know those questions, you'll be able to identify anyone's drive. One of the biggest challenges in business is being able to really connect with somebody. People buy from people. We don't buy products, we buy relationships. So when you know someone's drive, you have an instant bond. There's this trust. And at that point, you can take your product, identify someone else's problem, use the benefits of your product to solve their problem, and now you have what we really do call a win-win scenario. That's what you're gonna learn in this class. If you're sitting at home right now watching this promo thinking, man, should I invest, should I not? Let me ask you one very simple question. Do you have the results that you want in your life, your relationships, and your business? If you don't, then this is the course for you.
I've worked so hard to develop a class that's really unique to the Profits curriculum. I've taught other classes on tax and legal and asset protection and privacy and all those things, but this was a chance for me to teach what I do every day as a business owner myself. And so what I wanted to accomplish in this class was really taking the 3 plans that a business owner should be using on a regular basis. That is of a business plan, putting together maybe a new business product or service as part of a successful business owner. Maybe you're a brand new business owner, entrepreneur. How do I build a business plan? And then the byproduct of that is a marketing plan and a strategic plan. Those 2 tools really are what go with you everywhere. I want them on your nightstand at night. Those plans are what help you execute and integrate all the pieces and parts of a successful business. And that's the real theme. That's the majority of the class, is bringing it all together in an integrated way. The first one to me is in the strategic plan arena of when you're executing all this, is to not put too much pressure on your business too early on in the process. For example, your business may not be ready for you to take that biggest salary you hope, the profits that you want to take out. And it's kind of a reality check in my class when I say, hey, entrepreneurship's okay. Entrepreneurship is incredible. It's a super opportunity, but you can't give up stability in your life and sometimes jump both feet in at once. Let's keep some stability. If you're in a relationship with a significant other and one of you has the day job and allows you some flexibility and freedom with a safety net, better yet. But if you're on your own and you're providing your own financial wherewithal, quitting your job could be the worst thing you could do. And some people think, oh, I'm gonna just go all in. I'm gonna start a small business. I've got this great idea. Whoa. Let's keep some stability. Your business needs a chance to grow and mature and be ready for you, so that we can give you the salary and the compensation you deserve without suffocating the business and strangling it early on. If you're on the fence on this Profits course and debating whether or not to jump in with both feet, let me tell you, it is too risky not to. This course will help protect you against the uncertainties of life in the future, and I can't wait to see you there.
The reason that we created this formula is because that wonderful line from that movie, if you build it, they will come, it's a lie. Some great people build great things and have great plans and nobody comes. Because at the end of the day, the truth is, people have to be told. They have to be shown. They have to experience it, see it, hear it, feel it. And you can do that really fast through the media. However you define media, television, internet, social media, books, seminars, it doesn't matter. Blogging, podcasting, all of it. I reveal in this curriculum exactly how you can get yourself on national media and local media National media doesn't apply necessarily to everybody, but sometimes local media can be even more powerful for your business or your efforts, depending on what it is you're trying to do. I take people through all the details of that, how to make sure that your organization is plugged properly, what you want to do, what you don't want to do. We go through interview training. We go through the process of preparing for what happens after you're in the media, how to prepare for the tsunami of people who are going to come running to your website or your Instagram or your phone number or whatever it is that you've decided to do when you use our formula. I walk people through step by step how I was able to become a best-selling author. Our tools allowed me, a dumb kid from Topeka, Kansas, to go from having no experience in the world of television to getting not one, not two, but 3 of my own primetime network television shows. The tools we use enabled me, a guy with no training, no college education, to sit down and be interviewed by Oprah and Barbara Walters and Dan Rather and Dr. Phil and all these amazing people that I'd only ever seen on television. I found myself sitting across from them, being interviewed by them. 100% it is not because of this guy, it's because of the formula. It allows people to accelerate in a rapid way their brand, their business, their message, the good work they're trying to do. You could have millions of dollars of marketing, millions of dollars of an ad budget, which I never did and I don't even know anybody who does. But even if you did, you could not access the media that the Dunn Deal formula will give you access to. I invite you to come on in, join me, let me share with you 30 years of national media experiences. Let me share with you the tips and the strategies for getting you and your product, your company, from where you are now to a household brand. It'll be simple, it'll be fast, and I believe it'll be a system that you will use for the rest of your life, the way I am still using it right now. The same system that I'm going to share with you, I'm still using 30 years later.
I had the dream job running a tennis club at age 28, but at the same time it wasn't the dream job because my income had capped. So at that point, I was very fortunate because running the tennis club, I worked with highly, highly successful individuals. And one of these individuals was one of the most successful people that I knew. And he said, look, you got to get involved in something that has more leverage. So I got involved in the direct selling industry. I built my business in 40 plus countries. It was a phenomenal experience. It was just the experience, right? It's fail forward as you go. I think I just failed more than most people. And then I said, you know what, let's write a book. So that was a process that I had a goal of way earlier as I was starting to add notes. And so the last couple of years I've written 2 books. I have 1 ebook. And then 5 months ago I started a podcast that now has been listened to in over 80 countries. So it's just been fun to learn how to create content, repurpose content, to be able to train people on how to have those breakthroughs, especially with social selling. I've just learned that there's so much leverage to online. Online enhances the entire experience. I come from first an old school train of thought where I did nothing online, and then I transitioned to mixing both old school timeless principles of offline and online. But I know that the world needs to hear about this. I know the world has so many entrepreneurs. We know you need a deep dive. We know that you need those principles, those strategies to be able to get your business launched or to take your business to the next level. So I always look at companies and I say, first and foremost, is this something I could be aligned with? Is this something I'm going to be excited about where it's not just a quick fix, but I'm going to be excited about it 2 years from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now, 7 years from now. So for me, I want to make sure that I always have that passion and that energy and that I align myself with the companies that have the purpose, the vision, and the values.
It's that cash flow that becomes life-changing. How does insurance banking work? We're going to take a deep dive today and show you exactly what cash flow does when you become your own bank.
We have a tremendous amount in this course about business strategies and how to develop a business strategy. Don't start your business without having a strategy. It's really important to have that strategy. Not only that, we talk about one small concept is making sure that you have the right URL for your business. If you have a name of a book or your company and you don't own the URL, every time you mention your book, you're promoting someone else's URL. Every time you mention your company, you're promoting someone else's URL. When they look for you, they're gonna type that URL in and you're gonna go to somebody else's business. Now, they've gotta try to search and find out who you are. So make sure you can capture that URL and purchase it so that it's yours. One pitfall is believing or thinking that everyone should like what you do. There's some people that are not gonna like what you do. You just have to make sure and do your research that this product is marketable and that you have a niche market out there, because there are millions and millions of consumers. You only have to attract a small percentage of the millions that are out there. So when you run into people to say, that's not for me, don't get discouraged, because the minute someone says that's not for me, someone else is gonna say, oh, I love that. So don't let that discourage you. You believe in your product, you believe in yourself, and create the best product you can and present it as that. And remember, you've got a niche market out there that you're gonna be able to reach. I'm gonna tell you why you should take this course. One is this is a course which is a case study. If you wanna be a business person, and if you are a business person, when you look at this class study, it's gonna show you some of the pitfalls. It's gonna show you some of the hard times. It's gonna show you some of the good times as well. But if you wanna be a business person, you will take away information that's gonna help you be a better businessman, a better businesswoman as you proceed down the path. Guys, listen, I'm telling you, this course is amazing. It is really the core of who I am, and going from a scarcity thought process to an abundant thought process and a completely transformed lives. Those transformational values are in this course. It'll be a blessing to you. Look forward to seeing you in class.